easy to spell, where the name's easy to spell, and we still did it wrong. I am your dungeon master, Andrew Day. Joining me tonight is our wonderful band of adventurers.
My name is David. I'm cutting you off because I figured that was my intro, and I apologize.
It was.
Yep. Okay. My name is David. I play Kaya Bauer. Just as a sidebar, please go follow us on all of our socials. Easy to spell with 2 L's. And yeah.
I'm Mike, and I play Raven Corellius.
I'm Rachel, and I play
Thanks for having my back.
From the top.
Hi, I'm Rachel, and I play Vala.
And I'm Will, and I play Orel.
Yes.
Good job, Mike, for being the only one to not fuck it up this time around. I play Orel and Tethyr, believe it or not.
And you can tell that we've been on a little bit of a break for the holidays, and apologies in advance. I'm coming off of a little bit of a cold, so if my voice sounds a little scratchy and funny, that's why. We have a short list of announcements. We are, I think the only thing really to announce is if you are a fan of us, I'm sure that means you're also a fan of Rep RPG. They have their D&D stream that they do every Monday, the Disasters and Dangers, as well as a number of other streams that they do throughout the week. They are hosting their DM December. Just want to give them a big shout out. They're inviting anybody that wants to. They're inviting them to come and apply to be on one of the shows they're doing this month. They're giving priority to Dungeon Masters, forever DMs that never really get to play in their own games. So go check them out. That is Rep RPG on all of their socials. Join their Discord, hang out. We like giving them a shout out. They're a huge supporter of us, and they let me shamelessly plug on their own show, so I shamelessly plug them in ours. Speaking of our show, though, this brings us back. Do a quick recap where it's been a few weeks. We last left off, the party had made their way through the ancient weapons research facility set in the barrier wall around the forest of Aritas. Making their way through, encountering some minotaurs, some clockwork machinations, and a new enemy the party has made, Demis, the Aboleth, leaving him locked in a prison that he's been in already for hundreds of years, to make his own way out. Proceeding through this dungeon, as it were, party found a teleportation circle that took them to the city of Ortalai. Where on the continent of Aritas, they are not yet sure. They met with the lord of this city, Tethyr, a hero who had come to power after defending the city from a dragon. They discovered some of the connections that Tethyr had with Akron, the individual you've been following, trying to track down the Shard of Change. We last left off, you had all settled into your rooms for the night to rest. Kaya receiving a dream visit from Maldus, the individual that originally marked him for sacrifice to Ithis. He was explaining the rules of the game he participated. This next morning, you all awake in, for the first time in a long time, comfortable feather-down beds with, the 4-poster beds and intricately decorated rooms with servants already having dropped breakfast at the sitting rooms in each of your suites. This here we awake. We're the most rested, with the exception of Kaya. The other 3 of you have been. It is this morning you were each awakened to the sound of servants kind of exiting after having left food and drink in each of your rooms. You all awake in beds. What's on you this morning?
Well, go ahead, Vala.
I was gonna say, Vala's gonna look and see if there's anything different in her room.
Vala, one of the first things you notice is a small package. Not a package, a dagger set on top of a letter rested on your nightstand.
Hey, she's gonna carefully pick up the dagger and look at it and make sure that there's like no traps.
You don't have to check for traps.
Okay.
You immediately recognize the dagger as one that you had found previously, that Raven had been holding on to.
Okay. Gonna pick it up and look at the letter and open the letter.
Begin to read.
Vala. I'm not great with words, but here goes nothing. I'm ashamed to say I've never felt an emotional connection to someone in this way. It means so much to me, and that scares me. Everyone I have ever loved has died or shunned me. I want to lose you, but I'm terrified to love. Please be patient with me, because I'm new to this. Take this dagger to keep you safe. I need you alive. Raven.
Finish reading.
Bob's gonna take the letter and she's gonna copy it down word for word as identical hand script as she can into her journal, and then tuck it into a separate pocket so that she'll always have, like, if something goes wrong on one side, she'll have a copy of it
Backup
somewhere.
copy.
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm just gonna kind of get up, check the room, make sure none of my stuff is missing, and go ahead and take my food and actually go to like the commons area where we ate last time, and just kind of have my stuff ready for the day.
Aside from a few servants kind of milling about, there are no individuals of note around the castle this early in the morning. Based on how food was delivered to you, it seems most people eat in the suites that they have for breakfast. But you sit down at the large, the table in the large hall that you originally ate with Tethyr at. Orelton, what are you up to?
Orelton is still in his room, in his overly long boxers, nothing else, with whatever food that was delivered to him that morning, half over his chest, half in his mouth, and he's got like one leg kicked over the side of the love seat that happens to be in his suite. And he's
As
just
you're eating,
stuffing
the foods that you guys were brought seem to be catered to you individually. So, Orelton, you have like a 32-ounce porterhouse steak, bloody rare, with a couple fried eggs, like 5 or 6 fried eggs on top of it to cover the entire thing. Good steak and eggs breakfast. Raven, yours was a large salad with fresh pears and apples, cranberries and walnuts, and a light vinaigrette to suit your elven tastes. Kaya, yours, you actually don't really recognize it. Whatever it is like charred to hell. And as you cut into it, like underneath the blackened jar is like a tenderloin or something. It is delicious. It is like Cajun blackened seasoning, like very, very suitable to a tiefling's taste. Vala, yours is probably the simplest. It's still a delicious large bowl of rolled grain porridge, again with fresh fruits and brown sugar and like maple syrup, all on top of it, and then a edible bouquet almost of shaped fruits and vegetables alongside of it. Maybe a little racistly catered, just making assumptions based on what your taste might be. But yeah, breakfast. Who is going to the Great Hall to eat? Who is staying in their room? Orelton's staying in the room. Raven's going to the Great Hall. Kaya, Vala.
Room so that she can eat and write.
Kaya probably would have. We'll take it out to the Great Hall area.
So you run into Raven first. As you guys are eating, a few minutes later, Lord Tethyr kind of walks in. He's wearing just a elaborate, deep blue with silver embroidery, and the dragon sigil on embroidered in silver on the back. The two of you are awake already. I received word last night. You requested a map of the area. I do not have it with me. I assumed you'd be in bed much later, but I can have this provided to you in just a few moments. And as he says this, you watch a servant duck kind of behind one of the tapestries into one of the hidden hallways and begin scampering away. You hear hasty footsteps. Tethyr pulls out the big chair and sits, kind of lounges at the front head of the table.
Thanks. We appreciate your hospitality. Breakfast and the
Your
beds
guests. We treat anyone who would stay in these halls the same, regardless of wealth or stature. I hope you found comfort and rest. I hope that today you enjoy the great city of Ortalai.
This isn't what you would call a dry city, is it?
No, we receive rainfall just as frequently as any other.
Not quite what I'm
Oh,
getting with.
You referred to drink. No, this is not a dry city.
Perfect.
Behave yourself.
Always. I am a purveyor of the best brews.
They are pretty good, actually.
Sure, you'll find. If you're looking to sell them, there are a number of taverns through the city that I'm sure will be very excited to sample your wares.
I appreciate that.
Oops. Before I leave, is there anything else you require of me? My staff?
Not me. What about you, Ven?
No, you said that the Golden Scale Inn is where we should be able to find.
Hey, that's they are one of the finer establishments in town.
Okay.
If you, the innkeeper, her name is Vera. She is not a friend, but a dear acquaintance, I should say.
Thank you again for the hospitality, and the food was great.
Glad that you enjoyed it. We made assumptions about your individual tastes, and I hope they were to your liking.
Mine almost seemed burnt, but was still oddly good.
One of our chefs, he specializes in tiefling cuisine. He, in fact, toured one of the 9 hells for it.
Never been.
Well, should you go if you enjoy your breakfast today? I'm sure you'll enjoy the cuisine of the hells.
Does he have a name for his kitchen that he goes through, or?
Here, he is simply a private employee of my own.
Okay.
Well, I have much to do today, so I cannot lounge too often. But seek me out should you need anything, or my servants can provide. I do request that checkout is at just after the 13th bell. Until then, make yourself quite comfortable. He stands again, pushing into a large seat, nods to each of you, and leaves the hall.
How's your night, Kaya?
Oh, great.
Yeah, sleep well. I mean, been a while since we've been in some beds.
Bed could have been a little more comfortable, but I'll take it. over what we were, sleeping on before.
Definitely. Listen, I really appreciate you guys like following me on this path to find my uncle. I know that you all have your own things going on, and I don't want you to feel like we have to stay on my path. If there's anything that you guys ever like you want to follow, I'm happy to go with you.
I just prefer not to die by my brother's hand. So I'm cool
I'll
with
do
being
my
here.
do my best to make sure that doesn't happen.
I remember you had a knife that you said would kind of warn you if someone was sneaking up on you.
Yeah, it warns all of us.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
Finish my food.
Brief passage of time.
At which time Vala comes out fully ready for the day to join everybody.
Morning.
Orelton repasses out in his bed.
The three of you in the Great Hall just kind of waiting for Orelton. Waiting.
Just small talk.
Just chatting.
Playing the flute a little bit here and there.
Yeah, that's probably like half an hour goes by, and one of the servants kind of sets out some like cards and dice in front of you guys to pass time, just providing you with entertainment.
As the servant heads to leave, Vala will ask them, have you seen Hero Tale of our companion, Orelton?
He hasn't left his rooms this morning.
Could you check in on him for me?
Of course, I'll give him word that.
I'll go. Don't bother.
Sure, sir. I'd be happy to assist.
It's all right.
Um,
I'll start heading off towards Orelton's room.
Okay, you head back and knock
Going.
on Orelton's door.
No knock.
Oh no.
Try to open the front door. Is it locked?
I would imagine it would be, yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna go back around into my room and go through that door. It's the conjoined door.
Okay. Orelton, did you lock that one?
No.
Okay, that's you easy enough. And you see Orelton splayed out long boxers.
He's actually got like
on.
he's actually got like one of the platters that still has like just a little sliver of gristle from one of the steaks laid across his chest, and it's just like slathered in food.
I'm gonna look for that chalice that he asked me to fill up. Does it have anything in it? A little bit of leftover in there.
There's probably
A little
like,
bit of something in there.
yeah, just like when you drink a glass of wine or something, just that like quarter inch that always hangs out in the bottom.
The spit that's left over?
Okay.
The backwash?
The backwash.
I'm gonna take it and just kind of drip it along his face a little bit.
Seemingly has very little effect.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy.
Okay.
Elton.
Bauer, I
It's
swear
time
to God.
wake up.
Bauer, I swear to God. 5 more minutes.
Nah, it's time to go. Let's get some drink.
Fine. I'll get up and just like wipe myself clean and put on
Easy enough.
the rest of my stuff and get on out with the party.
A few minutes to re-equip. You're led to the Great Hall by Kaya, where you all gather together and now have a chance for the first time to explore the city of Ortalai.
You guys see those beds? That is hands down the best bed I have ever slept in my life.
They were
It
quite
was,
nice.
quite comfortable, yes.
Coming back here, right?
I
No,
don't
I think we're headed to an inn.
Pretty sure this is just a one-night invitation only there.
Damn shame, really.
Hold up. Is Orelton still in his boxers?
No, he got dressed.
Okay. Sorry. Just like
This is-
that image shot through my head, and I was like, wait.
Strolls out into the main hall, just his boxers, like
Big
Hey, guys.
naked.
Hey, guys.
Oh, hey guys.
So what is the plan?
Well, we can
no.
shop around, or if you guys want to go get some rooms at the inn and get that set up first.
I'd personally
got
like to get a. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I got a bunch of shit I've been carrying around in this bag for a while. Probably be better liquidated than carrying it around as it is.
Should we go through and discuss whose is what, or just what we need to sell or what we should sell?
Sure. Or I can go sell it and I'll just split it up with you when I get back.
How about I go with you?
Sure.
No offense
Oh,
to you,
I did
but sometimes you got to haggle with these things, and you're, well, to put it blunt, off-putting. So,
Figured that was the best way to haggle.
uh,
Who wants to
sometimes
tell a big
intimidation works.
Yeah, who wants to tell a big scary dragonborn with a sword now?
Well, they won't tell you no, but they won't give you the best price.
Either way. One thing I did want to ask before I sold it. He'll reach into the bag of holding and pull out the scimitar of sharpness. Nobody really said they wanted this. We want to keep it for a rainy day or adios it.
I'm not going to need it.
Doubt I'll ever use it.
Rather have it in the form of gold and maybe we can turn it into something we can use.
As you guys are selling things, if you could look for some forms of protection, something that I could get rid of this armor and wear something else, something magical, that would be much appreciated on my part.
I'll look. Shall we, Baron?
Yeah? Let's give it a go.
Kaya and sorry. Rachel's not brain. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Raven and I'll go look for the inn and get that set up.
Everybody wants their own room, right?
Yeah, that one, if you can. No one back upstairs.
I'll see what I can do.
This is me asking. I have in other possessions. I remember we ended up getting assorted gems at one point. Did we ever split that up or no?
Never did.
Because I have in other possessions 250 gold in assorted gems. So.
And I have 2,000 in assorted gems.
Okay. So I think the 250 was probably separate, right? Or
maybe that was from something else then.
I think that might be from something else because 250 doesn't even split.
It doesn't split, right?
So I think that's something that you had separately.
Okay.
You guys are pretty high level. It would make sense for you to have just a random bag of gems in your shoe.
I don't even remember where this came from.
Did you keep it in gem form or in gold form?
I think
No.
it is actually separated because I have 250 as well.
Do you?
Yeah.
And I wonder if you guys split up something different. There is, because I know you got a lot of gems from the Afridi, and there was something else. I think there was
Didn't
a
the Dow
number
have
of,
a bunch of gems in there?
yeah, the Dow had a ton of gems. I think you got gems from Isaac's chest. He had money. And then I think there was something else that you guys found. So we'll assume if even currently, just for ease's sake, we'll say that anything you guys have in your inventory is separate from what anybody else has.
Got it.
Perfect. A servant stops you on your way out, kind of an older human male. He's wearing fine clothes. Yes, excuse me, sirs. Do you require directions anywhere around the city?
Is there like a trader's market?
Don't
Or like
have
a
necessarily a market for traders. Most of our artisans have their own shops.
Huh.
There is some general traders, some enchanters and artificers, smiths. What are you seeking? Or just kind of general goods?
I mean,
The
all of those.
enchanter and the smith, for sure.
For the enchanter, I would say Inor's Enchanted Vault is probably your best chance. He's located just a short way from here, actually. If you cross the bridge to the northern side, there's a number of shops. Inor deals in probably the greatest range of goods. You said a trader in a smith, you said?
Smith, yeah.
Actually, across the street from Inor's, Artaloth's marvelous armors and shields. He's a bit pretentious, eccentric, but will likely have what it is you seek.
Is there anything
Good.
like? Oh, sorry.
All you.
Is there anything like maybe like a I don't know a pawn shop where we could maybe?
Honestly, your best chance would be Inor's. He trades and deals in all manner of eccentricities. Magical items are definitely his preferred thing to trade, but he dabbles in a number of odds and ends.
Perfect.
Just really quickly writing his names down, because otherwise I will forget them.
Yeah, I already forgot his name. Was it in Norse?
And Nor.
Inor's Enchanted Vault.
And Ardaloth's
Yeah.
armor and shields.
And are we all standing there with that?
Yeah,
person?
this is
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
And if you wouldn't mind telling us where we can find the Golden Scale Inn.
Oh, the Golden Scale, it's directly across. If you cross the bridge and just continue in a straight line, it's located towards the city center, near the temple, which you actually originally entered the city through. Look for the building. It has a black, it's built in mahogany, a deep dark wood, with golden embroidery on most of the trim. I think it should be quite easy to spot.
Thank you.
Of course. Is there any other service I can provide?
One last one. If we were to look for a budget place to stay, what would be your recommendation?
Excuse me. I would recommend
Where is it?
why is this not giving
Where
me
is it?
name? It would be the laden cart. It's generally used for merchants and travelers traveling through. Much cheaper, much more sparse accommodations than the Golden Scale would offer you. But a fine enough establishment.
I'd just like to
Everyone
know
in-
what my options are.
Of course. Anywhere you stay, you'll find at least reasonable accommodation in terms of quality. Lord Tethyr makes sure that anything within his domain is up to a certain standard. One of the things that keeps our city so prosperous, as well as beautiful.
Thank you.
And before we go, Lord Tethyr was supposed to provide us with an updated map of some sort. I don't know if.
Oh, yes, that
pass
was
that
sent
off,
for
or-
some time ago. Give me just a moment. And he reaches into his coat and he pulls out a small bell and rings it. A few moments later, a servant runs out. The same servant you guys saw Tethyr send off earlier, clutching a map case. Sorry, sir, sorry. Here you are. And he bows and kind of proffers it towards Orelton.
Take it from him. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry for the delay in that. The elder servant kind of nods, and the servant backs away, ducks behind one of the tapestries into the hidden alcoves.
Y'all are quick around here. That's all I have to say.
Again, there's a certain standard that Lord Tethyr represents. I apologize for the delay in receiving your map.
No problem. Bauer, are you ready?
Yeah.
We'll take off.
Okay. Like the four of you leaving, crossing through, the gates are open for you to the keep. You're able to cross the bridge. The first thing you see is the golden scale, a large, deep wood in. All of the trim kind of looks like it's been flaked with gold. The door currently open. You see a couple people just inside eating breakfast in a very ornate, like, bar. Everything's kind of intricately carved, and this is all what you can see just from the outside. It has this warm glow from within. Multiple fireplaces. A light violin kind of drifting out. Morning music.
Is the entire town like up to this? At least everything we've seen so far up to this standard.
Everything you've seen so far is immaculate. Like, not to the point of the city, like the ruined city with like the mechanisms running around cleaning everything up. Like you'll see in the corner, like there'll be some trash and stuff, but all of the houses are maintained. All of the people are pretty well dressed. A lot of them like waving at you as you pass by on your way from the keep.
Here I am in raggedy ass clothes walking down the street. Like, maybe that's the first place we hit up as a tailor.
Yeah, we definitely need to. What do you think Tethyr does to keep this place?
I don't know. It's pretty
Doesn't
wild.
doesn't seem to be ruling with an iron fist or anything like that. So,
right.
I think everybody here is just a pristine citizen, or
There has to be a bottoms area somewhere.
yeah, maybe what was it, the laden cart? Maybe the laden cart isn't like this. Guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll see you fellows in a little bit.
Sounds good.
Toodaloo.
Raven and Voss splitting off and entering the inn as Kaya and Orelton kind of cut to the north on one of those streets. You enter, and the music kind of picks up. As you cross the threshold, it becomes immediately a little bit louder. There's some sort of dampening effect in the doorway, even though it was open, preventing it from echoing too loudly. There's a little bit of a clamor. There's people moving around. Everybody in here is even more well-dressed than the people outside. Obviously, some traveling nobles, wealthier merchants and people. There is an elven woman currently who is cleaning like a jewel-encrusted chalice behind the bar and sets it next to a dozen matching ones.
Excuse me.
Looks you up and down. Yes, how may I help you?
We're here looking for Vera. We were sent to speak to her.
Oh, of course. Give me one moment to fetch her for you. She walks away. She goes, feel free to sit at the bar if you'd like. While I go get Vera, she's finishing up some paperwork in the back. Would either of you care for a drink or something to eat?
I'll just take a water.
She reaches and pulls out like a crystalline glass and pours from a decanter glass of water. Takes a couple cucumber slices from behind the bar and tosses it and sets it in front of you. And for you?
Just your house white.
That would be 2 silver, please. She
I'll pay it.
turns.
Raven.
She takes the silver, turns, reaches into a small cupboard, pulls out a bottle of white wine, pours it for you, and sets it down in one of the jewel goblets. Sets it in front of you. Opens back. Enjoy yourselves. I'll be right back. And she.
Oh, I was just gonna ask. Did I get a sense? Because you said she was elven. Did I get a sense that she was mildly judging me?
She was
Or-
immediately judging you both, her eyeing you guys up and down for how you're dressed.
Okay.
A little less so on Vala, because just the way that Vala carries herself and makes the effort she puts into her appearance every morning. But you, it was less so because you're a half elf, more so because you're an adventurer.
Gotcha. Wanted to double check.
She dips behind, cutting into a small side room. A few moments later, walking, stooping to enter through the door, turning sideways so that her horns don't catch on the door frame. An 8-foot minotaur walks out, wearing a high-collared shirt, clearly female. What can I do for the two of you?
Yes. Tethyr told us that we would be able to find accommodations here while we're in town.
Tethyr sent you.
Yes.
Of course. Our rooms are 5 golden nights. But if Lord Tethyr sent you, then I'm sure we could do a bit more of a deal. Do the two of you just require one room?
There'll be 4 of us, 4 rooms.
Only 20 gold. I can, for the name drop, at least, guess of Tethyr, a mere 15 per night.
And we're not sure exactly how long we'll be staying. Will that be a problem?
We keep a number of rooms open at all times. The cost alone generally keeps us from filling up to full vacancy. A number of nobles aren't sure the duration of their stay. If you'd like to pay an extra few gold, we can give you the upgraded accommodations, the noblemen's suites, each to a fine quality like that you would find at Lord Tethyr himself's estates.
I think we'll be fine without the upgrade, thank you.
I'm so sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Raven Corellius, and this is my friend Vala.
Ira. Pleased to make the acquaintance of friends of Lord Tethyr's. If you wish to just pay per day, it would be 15 gold now, 15 per day that you wish to stay. I'd be happy to take that for you now and get you your keys if you like.
Yes, and Vala will pull out the 15 gold and hand it over.
She kind of goes off to the side. She deposits the coin after counting it carefully, deposits into a small box, retrieves 4 shining gold keys, each with a red ribbon and a room number attached, and slides the 4 of them to you. All 4 of them are nearby each other, so if you and your companions who wish to remain close, you can let me know if you'd like to change rooms. We can move you to different floors or just separate you at your discretion.
This should be perfect. Thank you so much for your...
Let me or any of the staff know if we can provide anything to you for the duration of your stay.
Of course.
We're going to cut to Kaya and Orelton moving through the streets until you get to a little bit busier of a quarter. And this is obviously the shopping quarter. There are some merchants pushing carts. There's a few magical shops. You do make out Nor's Enchanted Vault and Artaloth's Marvelous Armor and Shields.
Is it just as pretty here?
It is, if not more. All of the merchant shops seem to have some sort of decoration on the windows and doors, kind of showing what it is they produce. Window displays that are almost like, I'm going to use the word decadent a lot, like overwhelmingly prosperous. The smiths have like intricate wrought iron sculptures instead of just railings leading up the steps to the front door.
Bauer, I think we were in the slummy part of town back there.
Well, I mean, it is the shop district, so needs to be expected. It's a little higher upkeep to attract attention.
Potions, get your potions here. Cart
Allowed.
kind of pushing past you. Potions for all needs: healing potions, shrinking potions, growth potions, potions for male virility. A small
I got that
gnome
handle,
pushing
thanks,
a
man.
cart just is walking by, not necessarily talking to you guys directly, just announcing to the crowd.
Ah.
So,
Well, the Nors are the smithy first.
well, what do you think about maybe the tailor first? Because I feel like they're pretty much going to kick us out if we walk in, or at least me, looking like I just got out of prison.
Yeah, it's true. I'm used to you looking like that, but they might not be. Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
that.
Maybe let's go check something out. See if we can't find a tailor.
Easy enough. There are probably 2 or 3 that you've already passed as you kind of go into the just crossing through the Merchants Guild. The nearest
Okay.
one is Follian's Flamboyant Finery.
Flamboyant. Perfect.
That's what we're looking for.
Let's go check. Let's go check that out.
After you.
All right.
You push into Follian's Flamboyant Finery. The entire room is draped with like dark purple velvet curtains, mannequins with exquisite like ball gowns and noblemen's suits, and there's a small elderly dwarf who's sitting on a stool, and they're stitching something. They have a needle that they throw through the fabric, and when they raise their hand back up, the needle passes back through and they catch it. Stitching through.
Nice.
They have a wide, like a long feathered cap, and they're kind of down through spectacles. Oh, greetings, you two. What brings you to Fallion's Flamboyant Finery? Oh, I see what brings you. He sets down whatever he's working on and just walks up. Right. Oh, waist. He immediately starts manhandling, like taking your measurements, measuring. So what colors do you prefer? Let's say. Probably blacks to complement the purple complexion, I would say. A dash of yellow, I think, to accentuate. How do you feel about sleeve? Do you like long sleeves? I hear sleeveless is quite the style recently.
Yeah, I don't.
So the customer's need is, of course, my first thing to fulfill. But if you're just if you're taking suggestions, skirts are highly popular. Cut on the front, pants underneath. Much less cumbersome than a robe, letting you get that majestic, flowing in the wind style, but without the cumbersome draping robes and things like that. A nice tunic top, I think. A cuffed collar. Cuffed collars are always popular.
I'm sorry, if we could roll it back just a second. Skirts cut in the front for that flowing in the wind feel.
Pants underneath. Pants underneath. I realize that's so more of like an open, like a cape for your waist more than a skirt, I think.
Yeah, I was
If
getting
that makes
an entirely
sense.
different image here. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah, I think skirt for Mr. Bauer here would be exactly what the doctor ordered.
I
Right,
mean,
Power?
Are we thinking knee length or down to the ankles? Do you want something that trails?
Down to the ankles. He definitely wants
not,
down to the ankles for sure.
Right.
The louder the better, really, is kind of his style.
I'm thinking
I'm-
bright. Dude, we should lean into the purple of his skin. I'm thinking bright purple, green accents. I'm really
Green and yellow
bold.
weave together, yeah. Really bold, really loud. This
Green,
is not
yellow,
his normal look at
green,
all.
yellow. Right.
Well,
I've already got a dozen ideas.
uh,
It'll be 15
Great, yeah.
gold.
Yeah, that's exactly what he needs.
Perfect. He takes the money from you and immediately dips back into a back room.
Relton leans against the nearest wall and just looks pleased with himself. Sorry, is that not what you had in mind?
No,
Oh, well, I mean,
not even close.
he's probably halfway done. You better get back there and tell him now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to skirt.
He kind of comes back up and he is laden not with anything finished, but different fabrics, all like bright purple, green, yellow.
Hold on, not to
So-
take away from your creative spark here, but
No
you-
problem at all.
I had something slightly different in mind.
What did you?
Slightly.
I'm sorry, I get carried away, and your compatriot was very excited about the ideas, and
Oh, I'm sure
I have a
he was.
tendency of just flowing. But sorry, sir, what can I do for you?
Well, to be honest, I was honestly going for something a little simple with a little bit of flash. I understand.
Well,
Slightly subtle. I still want to, hello, I'm here, but
okay.
not necessarily walk into the room and everyone stare at me.
So we don't want necessarily cutting edge fashion. Don't want to send you in with anything that is going to draw every eye, but at least let people know you're there.
Those with fine taste.
I would say a classic, the half cape, single shoulder drapes, very duelist, connect
Oh.
at the elbow, so a little bit of flair.
What about maybe just like a tunic? Because I don't like sleeves, but I don't like one sleeve or one shoulder. You know?
Yeah, so a tunic, but the cape. You still think this is a good idea? But no, I'm sorry, I'm getting carried away again.
No,
So tunic. What else for you?
you're the professional here. I'm just gonna give you kind of a general idea, and then I'll let you work with it. But basic, what I want to come out with are probably just regular pants. No skirt. And a tunic, sleeveless, and whatever colors you feel would work. It'd still be a little flashy, but not necessarily, like I said, walk into the room and catch every eye flashy.
I can. Be a little bit less, I think, than what your compatriot and I had
That's
done.
fine. Keep it as a tip.
The 15. You sure?
Positive.
That's- Indeed. Well, I'll put the rush order on it to have it ready for you soon. For you, sir, you seem to have tastes that complement my own. What can I make for you?
How about
I'm
you make
afraid-
what you were going to make for me, for him?
Afraid it won't fit
Wait.
around the armor.
I can take
But-
your measurements now. We can do something.
can-
Something under the armor or over it. This is a new challenge.
Valian. Right here.
Sorry.
I'm gonna narrow it down for you, okay?
Looks up. He's currently has his arms like around your waist, taking your measurement. He looks
No,
up.
like- Pull them off of my waist and like set them down by his. I'm gonna nail it down for you. All I need is a silk black robe with matte black what do you call it? Inscription, engraving. What is it all you do with
Embroidery.
That's the one, yes, thanks. Of this design. And I'll slide him a little bit of parchment with lists symbol. And this one is actually like the eye, but with the chains.
Okay.
So it's got the eye in the middle of the back of the robe, and then the chains pulling it to the fringes, and then the
Mhm.
chains are embroidered around the shoulders and come like right to the point where it clasps in the center. You think you can put that together?
Be quite simple indeed. I already have a cloak that I think matches your specifications. I'll just have to do the embroidering. Cost for this would be, I think, actually covered in the 15 gold.
No. That's your
All
tip.
right.
Make him pay the other.
5 gold for that then.
I slap him down 10.
You lot are
It
making me a
needs to
happy
be
man.
done well.
You don't come to Falion's fabulous finery and get anything other than the best. You lot are making me very happy today with gold. I'll make you quite handsome in return.
I mean,
So,
the best you can. I'll just gesture over to Bauer. You're working with the
Little bit
tapestry you're
extra.
working with.
maybe a little bit of extra effort with that one. Come back towards the end of the day, and I should have both of these prepared for you.
Perfect.
All right. Just leave. What did I say his name was? I keep forgetting.
Valiant.
Valiant's flamboyant
Flamboyant finery.
finery.
All right. You have clothes being tailored for you. Raven and Vala, you two going up to the rooms provided. Enter. Fucking almost got it. Sorry,
The
there's a
door
fly.
opens in your face.
Go to your rooms, 4 rooms, all 2 next to each other, 2 across the hall. Very similar, not adjoining. You enter in, and you can only begin to imagine what the upgraded rooms that she said comparable to Lord Tethyr, because the decadence in the 2 rooms you two go into with velvets and pillows and furniture like packing the rooms so that if you tripped and fell, you would end up sitting in something plush. The pillow, like the mattresses, you would just sink into. All with like silks and satins for sheets and blankets and things like that. Like, it is like almost obscene how much just comfort and softness is in each room. But yeah, you have the 4 rooms. Are you two just relaxing, or are you gonna go do
Vala's
anything in
gonna
particular?
drop off her stuff and then walk over to Raven's room as he's still looking around. Just, I can't. You're muted.
Oh, I just walk in and just am in awe, just looking around.
Not a familiar sight for you.
No, they don't hold back here, do they?
It's almost like being surrounded by pillows at all times. It's a little much.
Is this what you were used to?
Listen more.
I can't even imagine.
It's not worth imagining. You almost feel imposing sitting on anything anyways.
I can picture that. I definitely feel that now.
Raven, I wanted to let you know I got your letter.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll be patient. Would you like to
Thank
grab a drink downstairs?
Yeah, let's grab a drink. That'll be nice. We'll head downstairs.
Okay. To go back downstairs and grab drinks. We'll say it's pretty much the cheapest drink is 2 silver, which is just like their house wines. In increments of like 5 silver, the most expensive drink you can get is about 15 gold. And this is like you're looking at like a wine list with different cocktails, beers, wines. They have appetizers and snacks as well that are each like 4 or 5 silver each. Per drink, you guys can spend whatever you want to have as many drinks as you'd like.
Do they have anything imported?
Almost everything is imported. It doesn't seem like anything is locally made.
Does it say anything about where it's from?
They have, it's all from places around the continent itself. Like you don't recognize any names.
Yep.
They have a lot of beers that are brought in, listed as being from Stoneward. There are a few harder liquors that come from the Ashfort, and a lot of wines coming from Elden Grove. And then a couple more obscure, like specific locations and stuff like that, but not anything really recognizable.
Just have some house wine.
Same. Just
Okay.
sit and drink the afternoon away.
Kai and Orelton, cutting back to you guys leaving Fallions. Where do you go next?
Honors? I don't know if you have anything to pick up there, but I really just needed to see if you could take some of this shit off my hands.
Yeah, sure. Let's head out there.
Do it. Roll right into
Okay.
a Nors.
You enter in, and it is chaotic in here, to say the least. There are stacks of scrolls. There's like just what looks like a barrel of rings. Like it looks like a giant's toe that's been petrified, hollowed out, that has a number of like swords and stabs and stuff like that. Shelves behind a counter that are that hold wands and gems.
This was the enchanting place?
Enchanter,
Yeah.
Artificer.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, the enchanted vault. There's a kind of a old kobold. Pushes up his glasses. Oh, welcome to Anors. What can I do for two of you today?
Well, Eleanor, was hoping I could interest you in some of the items I found adventuring. Just looking around at all the interesting
very
stuff.
interested. What do you have?
We have all
that's-
assortments of things.
We can trade.
Sure, yeah. And I'll just start like pulling out the big old bag of gems first off. That like 500 gold of sellable treasure items, nondescript. The scimitar sharpness, and just like lay it all out on the counter.
I'll add my 250 golds worth of gems into that as well.
All right. And what's the rarity of the scimitar of sharpness? Is that rare or very rare?
Pretty
Very.
sure it was on. No, it's very rare. Okay, I thought it was uncommon.
Hoiple.
Oh,
Right. Let's see. For the gems, it was 2,250 golds worth of gems that you had.
Yep.
He'll offers even trade us 2,250 gold. This. Okay. Piles that to the side. It goes through the miscellaneous items, just the sellable goods. All right. Some calculations in his head. Pulls the scimitar towards him. I can offer you 8,000 gold in total. Or trade, perhaps. That might be of interest to you.
I think we're pretty interested in trade. Looking for something maybe that might offer somebody who doesn't have this. Clink, clink. Little extra layer of protection. Have anything like that floating around?
And he goes, to what level? Are you looking for something of the plate variety? Chainmail, leather, various objects. of
Kind
different
of
kinds.
hoping for something maybe you didn't have to wear as armor that might give you protection.
Maybe
don't know if-
like a ring or a cloak, maybe.
Something or a cloak, ring or a cloak. Yes, I believe I have something. Goes and rubs around in one of the, I shouldn't say piles. Everything is definitely organized. It's just very haphazardly organized. Like I said, a barrel of rings is probably not the best way to store rings. Like, he goes, there's a stand of like clothes, and you see a couple different things on it. He starts footing through it. He goes, this. Pulls down a bright red cloak and lays it out. And he goes, this is a cape of the Montebeg. It will allow you to teleport a short distance, perhaps getting yourself just out of nature. And this. And he reaches up, pulls down, and lays out just a black, almost translucent cloak. He puts it down. He goes, the wearer of this will appear to be in several directions at once. This is a cloak of displacement. Very hard to hit somebody wearing this. I have a number of other art items. That, and points at a mannequin wearing a full set of scale mail armor. The scale mail has like a shimmering green hue. Yes, that is adamantine scale armor. Very difficult to hit the critical places of an individual wearing such an item. It's probably the more...
And I'll look back at Bauer when I tap the cloak of the cloak of displacement. Ball style, maybe? Yeah.
I was kind of thinking myself, my own style went away, but
Well, I mean, y'all can haggle over that when we get it back, I guess. Yeah, I think this one.
well,
And
you might be able
Oh.
to do a couple others.
sure, but we take part of this in cloak, part of it in gold, unless you want something else. And I'll throw like
He-
the cloak over my shoulder.
One moment, please, because I can...
Oh.
And he sets it, and he goes through the gold. We'll check. Checking cost really quick. He takes all of the gems and sets them next to it. The 2,250 gold's worth. This is approximately equivalent, I would say.
If we were to say buy potentially a couple other things or another big ticket item, what would you say to maybe a discount on that?
We could perhaps strike an accord. I have a number of other items available. The adamantine is quite cheap if you were to buy it. It usually runs approximately 400 gold pieces. I have an interesting item. You lot seem like adventurers. Is that a correct assumption?
Been known to be qualified as such.
Give me one moment to grab something. And he ducks and goes into a small office in the back. I need... not that one. He comes back out holding a small set of goggles. He goes, this is interesting. This is an item that was made by a wizard some time ago. There's a number of things, as legend has it. Currently, it seems to only allow you to see in darkness, both magical and non-magical, and gives you an exceptionally keen eye on any sort of investigation or receiving one might need to do. Legend says it does much more, but apparently it's quite difficult to unlock the additional capabilities of this visor. It is considered a legendary item. So, much of...
A locked legendary item.
Aye, but one still of quite import. If you don't wish to pay in gold, there is a particular item I've been seeking for my collection. I don't know if you've come across one. And he gestures up above him on the wall. And you see a number of similar, slightly different horns. A silver one, a bronze one, and an iron one. I have some need to complete the set. I don't know if you're familiar with a Horn of Valhalla.
Heard of them, yeah.
Might be willing to trade this item if you've come across one in the past.
Can't say I have one personally, but if I locate the person who does, I'll tell him you're looking.
Very grateful. It is more of a personal collection. As you said, the legendary item is locked and I have been unable to extend it. I hear that Horns of Valhalla can be quite irritating, and so perhaps your friend would be willing to part with it.
No. I was gonna save this. But there's no way I'm getting rid of it. I got a horn. And I'm gonna blow it next time, okay?
Oh no.
Sorry.
No.
Just hoping you get that next time.
I've perhaps made a bad trade in the past and might be able to offer something additional. It pulls out a horn of blasting and sets that next to the visor. Goes, perhaps for an additional 100 or so gold. If it sweetens the pot, then your friend would be willing to part with it. This is real life negotiating, Rachel. Real life.
Someone who's not here.
Yeah.
You
What
just
was the
let-
other item?
Hilarious.
Sorry.
Oh,
I kind of
horn.
spaced out and then just heard you trying to get rid of my horn.
A horn of blasting.
The other one, though. The one before that.
Oh, it
With
was.
the horn of blessing.
It is the other item would be a dormant Denoth's visor.
So basically, it allows you to see in the dark.
Magical
okay.
and non-magical. And it
Yeah,
gives you advantage
magical
on
darkness, okay.
intelligence. It gives you advantage on investigation and perception checks that rely on sight. And potentially does more.
For me personally, it seems like a hard deal to pass up, but like I said, no
Of
horn
course,
here.
of course. I get excited when it seems you might actually have a bead on such an item. It's a deal I offer to many individuals that pass through.
For
No.
the trade that we have currently, seems like we've got, and I'll put the hand over the gems, stack of gems for your cloak of displacement here.
What do you have in chance for potions? Specifically, maybe the healing side?
I don't really specialize in potions. There are a number of vendors and stuff throughout the town. Alchemy is not my strong suit. I try not to buy anything that has a chance to decay and lose efficacy over time.
I understand.
Is there anything else that interests you? Look at
Without having the others here, it's hard to say. What about both cloaks?
both clothes. The Cape of the Mountebank would be D100 for me.
2100.
No, a D100 is what he's saying.
D100.
D100.
I think Will's got it.
Looks like Will's rolling that already.
Yeah.
69.
Hey.
Nice.
It would be approximately 3,400 gold pieces or equivalent for the Cape of the Mountebank. Might be willing to give a discount, sell you the entire lot for
Pretty big.
5,000.
I was gonna say it's a pretty big purchase. Be appreciated.
That would be 2 incredibly rare cloaks. Rare cloaks. They're rare cloaks. And I'd throw in the adamantine scale mail as well for you.
I'm gonna just have to go ahead and say, yeah, that sounds great.
Deal indeed.
And so that would be 3,000 gold apart from the gems, right? That's what we're talking about.
Correct, and
Gems, 2,000.
I could offer you gold value for the remaining 250 gems. 250 gold's worth of gems as well, if you'd like.
And if we're still doing these, the scimitar here, take the 3,000 out of the 8 that the scimitar was, and just call it a 5,000 gold our direction.
250 gold yours. Would you like it in platinum or gold?
I think platinum would be ideal.
500 platinum, then. He pulls out a small chest from beneath the counter, opens it up, and starts counting out stacks of platinum.
Question: there was the Mountebank cape, and what was the other one?
Cloak of
Mountebank.
Displacement.
Okay.
The Cape of the Mountebank allows you to cast the Dimension Door spell once a day. Do we have any other
Wonderful.
further business?
I don't think so. Bauer's gems, my 500 platinum, your gems, your scimitar, your assorted goods. I think we're square.
Okay,
Pleasure
so
doing business.
oh, and then you have another 500 gold from the miscellaneous sellable goods as well, because I don't think we addressed that.
Did not. And Kaya still has his 250 from his gems, right?
Yep, you can convert that into gold, David. That's he offered you a even trade for gems. Which, as you leave, you watch as he takes the bags of gems and walks over to another barrel and just pours precious gems in, and you see it is full of diamonds and rubies and amethysts and sapphires, just emeralds.
All right, Bauer, I got one more stop if you got nothing else.
Nah, I'm solid.
Okay. And I'll just walk. I was right across the street to the Smiths, right?
Yep, to Ortalai's Marvelous Armor and Shields.
Right.
And this is a much cleaner establishment. There's rows of plate armor, different varieties. There's some leather armors and stuff like that. Kind of arrayed out to sea. A wall entirely decorated in shields. And in the back, it's kind of opened up to a large space. There's a large half-orc who's working at a kiln. He pulls out the liquid metal and begins to pour it. He's, "Right, I'll be right with you."
Sure.
Kind of pours it. "Can you talk over the racket?" He ting starts hammering. I don't know anything about blacksmithing, so if anybody watching is, I've got no fucking idea. So he's doing blacksmith stuff. I just realized I said he was hammering molten metal, so
yeah.
Whatever he's doing, it is magical.
There goes your game.
Calmed out.
Oh.
Yeah, I can talk over the racket here, no worries. I need one specific thing from you, rather. And I will slide in the same diagram of uh, list symbol with the actual chains coming off the lid. I need this in a cloak's clasp if I could, but the chains coming off the eyes here need to be actual chains. We'll clasp onto a cloak.
I can do something like that. No, it wouldn't be too difficult, actually. He sets down the hammer, turns, let that cool for a moment. Reaches under the counter and sets out a block of silver. Do you have any particular material you like it made out of?
The darker the better.
I can have it done for you in about 30 seconds if you've got 100 gold.
Counter
Or,
offer.
no, sorry. Silver, 20 gold.
20 gold.
Have it done for you.
I don't know if you deal in tanning or leatherworking, but I happen to have this, and I'll pull out of the bag of holding an owlbear hide I'm not doing anything with. Hoping it might be something you can use.
Good. We want to do that for you and give you 20 gold in return.
Yeah.
That's very nice. You've treated that nicely. Shouldn't be too hard to make into something. And he kind of
Been
turns.
cheering for a while.
Tosses the owlbear cloak onto a table behind the counter. And give me one moment. Intricate magic and stuff like that. And he presses a finger onto the metal. And you watch as pieces start to fall off and reconfigure. You recognize it's the fabricate spell. He is rebuilding the piece of metal. And you just watch as it slowly takes shape. How long do you need the chains to be?
2, 3, maybe 4 inches. Long enough to hook onto a cloak.
Seconds then. And here you go. He holds it up. It matches the design almost perfectly.
Holy pack swarm. If I ever become a smith, you're the guy I'm coming to.
Hey, some magics make intricate work like that easier. Nothing really beats hammer and steel. They like to do a lot of work by hand, but unless you wanted to wait a couple days for something that intricate to be put together, I preferred the magical way wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, you and me both. Well, appreciate doing business with you.
Pleasure doing business with you
the
as well.
the 20 gold left over from the owlbear hide.
Yeah. Just pulls that out of a pocket and sets it in front of you. Pleasure doing business.
Pleasure. Likewise.
Okay. Get for flashing that symbol around. We're allowed to worship whatever gods we want here. But homage goes first and foremost to Lord Tethyr.
I'm
Oh, good day, lad.
Surprised to see someone else that recognizes it, and I'll wink at him and walk away. As I tuck it into my cloak.
Ting, ting, ting.
All right, back to the inn.
You know, I kind of thought about something. It's stuck with me since Tarley, and I can't believe I didn't think about it while we were back in the Enchanter's place. But I'm going to make a real quick run there if you want to go with me. If not, I'll meet you back at the inn.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
All right. Actually, going to go back into the Enchanter's. I don't remember.
Enora's Enchanted Vault.
Nora, got it.
Enor.
No, Nora, got it.
There's no A at the end.
Yep, that's okay.
Fine.
Nora.
It's Enor.
Okay.
Welcome back. What can I do for you?
Actually, I was wondering if I'd be surprised if you had one, but maybe the capability of making one. This would have to be travel size, so maybe like a water skin or a flask that I could essentially just get endless procured liquids. So whether it be water, ale, wine.
Roll a D100.
Okay. 72.
I have an alchemy jug. I'd be willing to part for 100 gold.
And this alchemy jug is basically whatever I put into it will come out endlessly, or?
I think so. That's a much more complex enchantment. This one, if you'd like a demonstration.
Sure.
Wait. He pulls out the jug and takes out there's a large kind of ceramic cork on it. Begins to swirl it. Yes. Beer! And he's swirling, there's no noise. And a couple moments later you hear shh, shh. And as you can hear it begins to fill. He sets it down. Right. You can pour out about 4 gallons of that. Single use. You can only choose one thing a day, so for the rest, this will provide 4 gallons of beer for you today. You can do a number of other things to different volumes. Wine will put out less than beer. Mayo puts out more than wine. You can do a significant amount of water, even more salt water. Or just
Sorry, did you say mayo?
Yes, mayonnaise. It's
Mayonnaise.
material.
I can get
Material.
I can get
Yes, but
4 gallons of mayonnaise can come out of this.
you
thing.
can only make 2 gallons of mayonnaise.
Only. All right.
Still though.
Sandwiches.
Lots of sandwiches. Lots of them.
It has all the nutrition you need. You can survive exclusively off mayonnaise.
Right
That's
up
kind
until
of
you
what
kill
it
yourself,
is.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You won't die of starvation, but your heart might stop. It's bad for the cholesterol, you see.
Yeah. You said 100 gold?
Should have made maintenance.
Let's yeah. I'll could you do 75?
Okay, persuasion check.
Ooh, that's high. Natural 19 plus so 28.
I can do 75.
All right.
Since you've been such generous patrons already.
Should have gone lower.
He rolled a 2.
Oh, yeah.
He's thinking too hard about mayonnaise.
Yeah.
It's actually on the list too. That's what kills me. It's not like
Oh
not
yeah,
like you
no,
just made something about
that
it
wasn't
thin air.
me being a
Should've
dick.
been.
That was me reading the list. I'm like, you can make 2 gallons of mayonnaise. All right.
Gross.
That'll be all right.
Good to know.
Give that a shot.
I'm sure I'll see you again soon. Young
Eventually.
Kaya Bauer.
Yeah, say that creepier.
You just leave.
Back into the bushes.
Waving this 3-fingered hand at you as you go, bye bye. All right.
I think we hightail it right back to the inn.
Yep.
I think.
Back to the inn we go.
Enter Raven and Fala. Probably a few glasses in. 3 glasses in.
Yeah.
Sitting at a table. Similar to when you're at the Great Hall, as you're spending time, a number of games were offered to you guys if you want to be playing Dragon Chess or 3 Dragon Ante. Those are available to you.
I did also tip a gold after the 3 glasses. Just kind of hanging
Okay.
out now, so.
Perfect.
You ever played 3 Dragon Ante?
No, I don't believe I have.
Let me teach you. So I guess in the middle of this, when they come in, Vala and Raven are playing 3 Dragon Ante, and she's trying to DM.
Perfect.
Make this game a little more interesting, and I slap down 125 platinum in front of Allah.
Excuse me? And she's just gonna kind of like drop a handkerchief on the top of it so that people don't see it.
Oh, please, this is chump change to anybody in this establishment. And I'll slap down the other 125 in front of Raven.
Raven quickly scoops it up and puts it into his bag.
Well, that's part of the proceeds, if you will.
It's like
lay
we've
out-
made.
I was gonna say I
Quite a
lay out
bit.
the 2 robes.
And here's the other half of the proceeds.
What are these?
Well, this one, and I'll just explain what they do.
Cloak of Displacement and the Cloak of.
The Mount of
I would keep wanting to call it Monte Carlo or Monte Blanc.
You know, it'd be good with Monte Carlo. 2 gallons of mayonnaise.
I can't. Ugh, too cringy.
Right.
So, you mentioned wanting something a little more protecty. This is kind of the closest they had. Unless you want to wear this, and I'll just like flash the top of the adamantine armor out of the bag of holding. But that's
Okay.
probably a little bit over your pay grade.
My intention is to be a little bit more stealthy without the armor,
Yeah, that'll be
but
the
still
opposite
have.
effect.
I think this Cloak of Displacement looks wonderful. Is everybody all right with me taking that?
I don't need it.
Bauer? All right?
Want to play a game of rollies for it?
Hold on, I have to remember what the Monty one does first before.
Montebank,
know
it
what-
lets you cast Dimension Door once a day, which I believe lets you teleport 400
500.
feet.
500.
I think it's
feet.
5, but
Yeah.
Okay.
More of a get out of danger where the cloak of
In any
displacement is.
direction that you see fit, as long. Well, yeah, in any direction. But you
tell-
could screw yourself over as well.
Can I? So I've been drinking. Can I make some kind of a roll to see if my inhibitions would be lowered?
Yeah, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
With 3 drinks, DC 13.
and while Vala's looking at the cloak, I will give Bauer his 150 platinum as well.
Oh.
125, sorry, not 150.
It's 10,
But
so I am drunk.
you are mildly drunk. Not sloshed, but
You know what?
tipsy.
Why not? Let's roll for it.
All right.
Well, you should confirm which dice you guys are rolling. You're rolling d20s, d100s, because this changes the
Oh yeah.
game.
D20s is
So-
what I figured.
How you
D20.
win rollies is somebody's like rollies, and you go yes, and you roll a d100.
Okay.
So you get a 1. I didn't do so well either.
And this is just dice, right?
Yep.
Yep.
4.
Oh, 6.
Oh, best 2 out of 3.
I'll tell you what, and I'll just slide you over the 125 platinum. How about that?
2 out of 3.
I like Drunk Vala.
All right.
18. 3. Okay. 1 for 1.
For all the marbles.
Final roll. Are you feeling lucky?
13.
19.
All right. Well, I'm not one much for flashy red, but I'll be back. And he's gonna leave and head towards the tailor.
I will say for who just won the displacement? Oh, you did. Okay. Never mind then. I was gonna say I had chose an adamantine scale mail just because it was medium and I knew Vol would be proficient. That's who you're shopping for.
With the adamantine armor?
Yeah.
And that makes it so that I don't have disadvantage on my stealth?
No, it's still a disadvantage, but I was thinking we could change that out for the breastplate, which does not give you disadvantage on stealth, for an extra 100 gold if you guys wanted to. I didn't realize that it was. I'm trying to give you guys items that you'll use, and not just junk. Like I wouldn't want you to trade junk for other junk.
Yeah.
It'd be another 100 gold, but if you wanted to make that an adamantine breastplate, you could.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah, okay.
I'll even take the hit on the 100.
Or I'll take the hit because it's going to be my armor if I do the displacement cloak back to Kaya.
No, it would be the adamantine scale mail that gets replaced. So go
Well,
ahead and take the hit anyway.
I think what she's
But
saying
if
is
that
she'll take the breastplate, and then Kaya will have the displacement robe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So 10 platinum difference.
Okay.
At an adamantine breastplate.
And then we're still sitting on a cloak of the mountebank, right?
Yep.
Yep.
How I catch back
Button
up
the
to
bug
so
wall.
many levels of just the occasional magical item. Get you guys more into the correct item range.
All right, so
So I assume we've all gathered back around.
Yeah. Kai, you went. We'll expedite. You ran back and gathered up the clothes, both Orelton's and your new outfit.
Okay.
And I will let you describe what Kaya's outfit ended up being.
that's why I
He's
left it
like,
up to you. All right, so basically, I had him do some minor adjustments to kind of somewhat match the cloak of displacement to a degree color-wise. But basically it's I don't even know if these are going to go well together, but it's a black tunic with gold embroidered, gold and yellow embroidered inlay that almost like a rope pattern that kind of follows the tunic edges and comes down, and then it matches well with the cloak of displacement in a black and like color. a little bit flashy on the pants to a degree, with again the golden embroidery, and that goes down the seams all the way to the legs, and yeah, a couple tassels that come off of the side, but yeah, just looks
Just a regular
fancy,
admiral.
silk, nice look.
Did you guys tell Vala about the standing offer at
I was going to, yeah.
Indoors Enchanted Vault?
And then we got into rollies, and I kind of forgot, but
Okay.
but yeah,
We'll
Yes.
say that you guys told Vala about the standing offer.
And
a
I mean,
horn for
I-
another horn, and those goggles.
Which
seems
you
like
do
a
not
hard deal
have
pass
to
up, if I'm
take.
being honest.
Do not have to take. It's-
Might be something to consider, but I mean, this horn is from my family. I would feel very remiss at passing it along.
I did forget about that.
It's true,
Either way, it's your business.
but he did say it was a dormant legendary item.
So is the horn.
True,
Not so dormant, though, really.
true.
That's true.
Horn is not legendary.
I thought it was.
Nope.
Oh,
I think the horn is just rare.
wondrous. It's wondrous. That's what.
Wondrous is the
Wondrous
type
and
of
rare.
item.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the
How?
rarity.
I don't know what those things mean.
Wondrous just means it's not armor or weapon, pretty much.
Hmm.
And rare means it's several steps below a legendary.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
No, you don't. Again, that's. Okay.
I have to look up the horn of blasting now to see.
It's a horn you can blow into, because I want you to be able to have a use for your big horn if you do take the.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Uh,
If you do take the deal, I don't take that. You guys, settle in, everybody. Hanging out, kind of going over. You have a chance to a short rest to attune any magic items that you want to that require attunement. The evening begins to set in. Sun begins setting.
Do they show us their clothing, or like, I guess? You guys
Kia
try to hide
comes,
that?
or
yeah, when Kyle.
Kai comes in wearing it. Phalion did not let you leave in the rags that you showed up in.
Orelton does not, though. It's still, wrapped up like, I imagine it came in like a paper satchel, like tied in twine or probably something fancier than twine, but tied up. And he opens it, sees the crest sitting there on the top with the chains pulled off of it, and just wraps it back up.
Looking
Aya,
good?
you look quite respectable.
I know.
Where'd you guys get that done?
There's a tailor, just around the bend here, near the shopping district. I was sick of looking like I just got out of prison, so
Oh, they do phenomenal work. You look great.
they do.
Did
Valiant said you guys wanted to go.
you guys happen to see anywhere that had boots or anything?
Imagine Valiants would have them.
Okay.
Flamboyant finery.
Good job, David.
Yeah, I might have to stop by there later. All these boots have done the job. I'd like to get a pair that's for me.
Yeah, yours.
You
in
hear
the
bells. You hear bells coming from the walls. A few shouts. He's back. Start moving at a rush down the street towards the city gate.
Seems like something we should take a look at. And I will
It's
toss
piqued my
back whatever
interest.
drink I had in front of me and mosey out the door.
Yeah, run out
There
as well.
are a number of guards that are moving. You guys are at the city center. A number of guards are moving towards the front gate. If you guys follow along, a small crowd is mainly of guards, a couple townsfolk have gathered kind of on the inside of the gate. There are stairs leading up, and you hear kind of a muffled shouting. It sounds like one man yelling from the other side of the walls. Can't
I'll
quite
just-
make out what he's saying, but
Can I listen to the crowd around us and see if I can kind of gather what might be happening, if they have any idea who he's back means?
yeah, that's pretty quick. Like, there's some muttering in the crowds. And you catch the name the Faithless. Faithless is back. Where's Lord Tethyr? He usually is able to drive him off. What's the Faithless doing? Is he back? Is he spouting that nonsense again? You making your way kind of through the crowd a little bit, you see on top of the wall, Lord Tethyr in his plate armor is just leaning and just shaking his head at whoever's shouting on the other side.
Unless there's some sort of like obstruction or a guard posted at the stairs, I'll just make my way up the wall.
Nobody gets in your way. Tethyr looks over his shoulders. You kind of make it up on the wall. Pay no mind to this one. He is the nuisance I was telling you about. And now, without the wall and the crowd murmuring, blocking the vision, you see a single figure with a hooded, deep green cloak and a wooden mask that just kind of leaves the bottom of his face uncovered. There's a longbow strapped across his back and two short swords at his waist. And he's addressing just the people along the top of the wall. He's yelling, "He has you all trapped. Can you not see? Let's reclaim yourselves. This is not who you are." Kind of going off. Tethyr has tricked all of you. He's controlling you. Think of what he's done to the brothers and sisters that have resisted. And Tethyr, yes, you need to leave, faceless. The people here are happy under my rule. They do not believe you. Nothing you can do will change that. Be gone before I open the gates and send the guards after you. My patience with you and your troop is wearing thin. Tethyr, you and I, this goes way back. Don't drag the people in on this. If any of you seek to know the truth, seek me out in the woods. And the Faithless just turns, walks away. And Tethyr turns. He shows up every couple days to sow discord amongst my subjects. Be a moment.
That you knew him though, huh?
I believe has me mistaken for someone else. Give me a moment. He turns and he's holding like a walking stick, kind of gnarled wood. And he leans on it kind of heavily. He turns back on the wall to the crowd that's formed. Fear not, my subjects. He seeks to sow discourse. You are safe under my protection. And as you all know, you are free to leave. I am not trapping any of you here. A couple people, there's just a shout from that. We love you, Lord Tethyr! Nods.
Can I do an insight check?
I want all 4 of you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's different. Okay. 23.
And-
26.
What were
Go ahead.
so 23, 26. Raven,
10.
what was yours? 10. And Kai?
Better than Raven. 15.
15.
Guess I won't
Vala
be
and
doing
Orelton, you feel like just a subtle press that kind of forms around you shrug it off. It's not anything. It's not like you're not being attacked. There's nothing like you can't quite figure out what it is. It's just this odd pressure. Kaya and Raven, you two don't feel that same pressure. You just whatever you were feeling about Tethyr, like if he was just a nice guy, you just feel a little bit more loyal, more in his camp. There's just a level like you trust him just a little bit more. There's a level of just he's a good guy. Like his words make sense to you. Yeah. He says just a few more words to the people, just assuring them, the faithless, like no harm will come to them from the faithless, that he'll protect them, and just continue building up this city that will one day be legendary. Ortalai is vast in its wealth and prosperity. This is my domain, and I will protect. Go back to your day. Enjoy your evening. Be merry. He turns. And he looks at you, Elton. He kind of cocks a brow a little bit. Just it flashes over his face. Just a moment of curiosity. Sorry about that. It was not my intention for you to have this kind of interaction with a nuisance on the city so soon that you've been here. But I have work
Nice
to
to-
attend to. I hope you are still enjoying the city.
Very much.
He turns and kind of brushes past you. And walks back up along the wall, down the stairs, and up the street towards the keep. He stops and like shakes a few people's hands, kisses a baby. But continues his walk.
Any thoughts on all that?
Seems like a nuisance. I mean, he talked about bandits and stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
Maybe
I
it's
mean,
just-
that'd be pretty annoying.
yeah.
I mean, it is kind of the perfect city around here. Everybody, I mean, he's right. Everybody does seem happy.
Just means he's a good ruler.
I mean, maybe. I still withhold some judgment, but I think that maybe when we head out, they might be a group to listen to, at least for a full picture of the story.
Yeah, I mean, it's all non-violent protests, so he clearly believes in his cause. Might be nice to see what he's talking about. The faceless, or whatever they called him.
And I mean,
Anyway, not a today problem, I guess, right?
well, I forgot to give you, gentlemen, your keys. And Val hand out keys to the other two.
Are
Easy,
these
John.
are these the best rooms I have?
They're quite
Yes.
nice.
I mean, they
Sounds
even
They are.
polished the damn keys. Look at that.
They are as nice as we shall need.
Are they as
Uh,
nice as the one at Tahir's place?
I don't think you
I'll
can
let you be the
fall
judge
in.
of that.
I don't think you can fall and not be comfy.
Okay. Good enough for me.
Fair enough.
So as we're walking back, do we have a plan? Are we just hanging out here forever, or
Oh,
what's the next step? I know we're looking for Akron still, right?
Were we waiting on oh, what's the mayor's name?
Tethyr.
Oh, are we waiting on him to um give us
He
more
did say
information?
he said he was sending out word for news on Akron's whereabouts.
Yes. Okay.
and then we could also find work, uh, potentially with bandits and whatnot.
Right.
Maybe we do a little help with that, the bandits, to sow some good seeds here, regardless of whether this is as wonderful a place as it seems. It's always wonderful to have some good seeds sown.
Yeah, I mean, Tethyr seems like a good ally.
And he seems like he's got his poop in his group, but I'd like to have my own information gathered. Maybe outside the walls, even.
Mm-hmm. Searching for bandits would give us a chance to speak with those faceless group.
Yeah. Okay, good plan, great plan. For now, I hear there's some comfy beds.
Mm-hmm.
Make your way back to the inn. There's a bard who's strumming softly on a lute, singing a song that appears to be a ballad of Lord Chithir's heroics. Talking about him fighting a dragon, standing alone. Do you guys make your way straight up to the rooms, or do you stay and grab drinks?
I'm gonna stay and just enjoy the music for a while and listen to the tales that everybody's tailing.
I'm definitely going to go up and field test the beds. And if they're
you know-
satisfactory, then I'll come back down.
Yeah, you shut the door behind you to your room, and all of the sound of the music and the bustle and everything from downstairs completely cuts off. No sound coming through.
That's a good start.
A soundless room. Sound
Perfectly insulated.
As he's talking, you can still hear. It's just is just perfectly sealed. It is a soundproof room.
Oh god, that's enough to drive me insane.
There's still sound in here. Like if you tap on the floor, you can hear
you tap
it,
on the
right?
floor. There's still noise. You can hear yourself breathing. You hear even occasionally you'll hear like a little bit of wind or something like rustle against the window. Like you'll hear a little bit of noise, but all of the like music and hubbub, everything is just muffled from the door. Feel that it
Immediately.
is. Everything is plush. Everything is comfy.
I
You have
like
to do
flying eagle onto the bed just to make sure everything is.
flopping. You sink in a little bit, and you have to do you're kind of stuck in it between your armor and just the fluffiness. You're like stuck for a second. Come back down. Any of you getting drinks? The elven waitress from before that had originally introduced you to Vera, she brings you drinks. I hate this song. Another song about Tethyr.
You're not a fan
Every
of.
night.
You're not a fan of the. What's the word I'm looking for? The adventures of Tethyr.
Tethyr is a fine governor. Just Everybody here treats him like he's some sort of god. Vala, with your passive perception, you see a couple people from nearby tables all kind of like look over at her, just lean forward a little bit more into their drinks.
Like lean forward into their drinks like they're upset with her, or lean forward
Yeah,
into their
like-
drinks like, okay.
Like when you hear somebody like talk shit about somebody you know, but you don't want to like cause a fuss, and you just like
Bite your tongue? Yeah.
bite your tongue. You see a bunch of people kind of bite their tongues, just from your immediate vicinity. But I suppose it's good enough music. Let me know if I can do anything else for you lot. Goes back and taking orders and delivering drinks and stuff to people's tables, leaving you alone for a bit. The next song starts is again another song about Lord Tethyr.
I guess what I'm
This one about
in particular listening for is, like, in any of these songs, is any reference to a party that he may have been a part of that abandoned him, or just anything that could give me any clue as what the town thinks of Akron, or if there's any acknowledgement of him.
No, not by name. There are a couple mentions of the like Akron traveling with a band of rogues, set to fame and fortune, and any story that involves them ends with them abandoning him during a fight with the dragon. And that comes up a lot as a theme. Like they lean on the heroics of him protecting them against this not ancient, but this massive blue dragon that was besetting the countryside. Lord Tethyr stood alone and slew it. And one sec, I have the dragon's name somewhere. Just have to find it and pull it up. I'm sorry. I should have had it. Okay.
Oh, just kidding. I just have where it came from.
That's okay. You can tell us later.
Nope, I've got it. It was Kalan Ilium Corinne.
Sorry about that typo, guys. Dragon is now spelled Gin.
And the songs just go on by that. There are occasionally like interspersed like small drinking songs and things like that are popular that people like sing along with. But definitely the most popular ones are about Tethyr himself and his heroics.
And is it just one bard, or does it kind of rotate?
It's just a bard. It's a one bard, and then he has like a small band that plays with him. This is a halfling. Is the one that the lute and is singing. There's a half orc on drums.
I'm all for showing appreciation, but this is a little much, isn't it? A lot of songs about Tethyr. Just me?
Well, I mean, when you're
Right.
grateful,
Tethyr's a hero. Human, and everybody goes ah.
Ah,
I mean, it sounds like they have him to be grateful for the life that they have. So
Yeah, no arguments there. Just let's make it like every sixth song, shall we?
Same human that looks at you. Boo! Every song should be about Tethyr.
All right.
Everybody goes, hi!
Paul's gonna like lean in and try and whisper and be like, maybe we keep those comments to where others can't hear, just to be safe.
Well, if we don't have anything else going on tonight, I say we hit the hay and look for work in the morning.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Sounds great.
Great. And Orelton slams his mug on the table, stands up and goes, Tethyr! And throws it back and slams it
Everybody,
back down.
Tethyr! Everybody in the bar, and then except the one elven waitress that is just Tethyr.
So over it.
Have we haven't gotten her name yet, have we?
No, you have not.
Okay. As everybody's kind of getting up to leave, I'll walk up to the band and see if they have like a tip jar.
They do.
And I'll drop a gold piece for every member of the band.
There's 4 of them.
Okay.
It's the halfling, a half orc, and there are 2 tieflings that appear to be sisters.
Okay.
The same skin tone, very similar features. They seem like they might be twins.
Okay. And then once I've done that, I'll walk up to the bartender. And I'm sorry, I never got your name.
It's Solace. Thank you. Most people don't bother asking. Another drink for you, sir.
No, I'm fine. My name's Raven, by the way. I just wanted to buy a round for the band.
Oh, of course. That's or it would be 8 silver if you just like to do the house beverage.
We can
House
go up
wine.
to the next group, the next best.
Okay, so 4 silver per, so that's 16 silver, or gold and 6 silver.
Okay. And I'll give her that plus another 2 gold and just enjoy your night.
Appreciate it. Anything else I can do for you this evening?
No, I'm good.
Enjoy your accommodations. I'll be here in the morning if you require anything else.
Thank you. And I'll head up to my room.
All right. Any of the rest of you doing anything before going up to your rooms?
Guy is gonna sit down at the bar for about another 15 minutes after the last person leaves. Just kind of stare into his drink a little bit, down it, and then head on upstairs. Except instead of going to his room, he's gonna go to Vala's room.
Follow you hear oddly crisp knock on the door, cutting through the muffled sounds.
Is there like a little peephole in the door?
Yeah, each one has a little thing. You have to slide up a little latch. And see Kaya standing there.
Open the door. Kaya, is everything all right?
Yeah, I just had another dream. We
What? Yes,
take a
yeah.
look at-
Come in. I'll close the door behind to give us privacy and read his tattoo.
The only thing that's changed is the rune now reads 12. It's gone down from 13.
It's just the numbers decreased. It's at 12 now.
Okay. Thanks.
I'm sorry that's not the news you wanted to hear, I'm sure.
Well, what do you do, right?
Let's hope tonight is a better night of sleep.
This one was a little different.
How so?
Well, I got a couple names. I don't know.
Vala's gonna walk over and grab her notebook and pull it open. What names?
Well, this one, obviously.
Yes.
I don't like using full names.
Would you rather write it down?
I don't think it matters. I hope it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm gonna write it down. Just in
Okay.
case.
Okay, what names do you write down?
Ithis and Haran.
Which to Vala, Haran is recognizable. It's one of the Pack Sworn, a god that hasn't been worshipped publicly in decades. The god of monsters. He's the god of hunger. He's the devouring god.
And does Ithis sound familiar at all?
Make a religion check. Monsters hunt in darkness. He is the starving, the devouring god.
Oh, what is my... You said religion check?
Yep.
That's gonna be a 13.
Team, nothing. It's doesn't ring a bell.
Well, that second name, Haran, that's one of the Pact Sworn gods. One of the gods that's lumped in with Oreltans. I think it's the god of devouring. Monsters and hunger. Does that help?
Well, I got a number counting down on my chest and the name of a god that's known for devouring. So yeah, sure.
Have you been able to figure out why the numbers are counting down?
I have a feeling, but I don't have a for sure answer.
Well, if there's anything I can do to help, you just let me know, alright?
Yeah.
You know that both Orelton and I have quite an extensive knowledge of religion that we may be able to help you with.
Yeah, maybe I'll go see what he knows.
Alright, well, you have a good night, alright?
Yeah, you too. Thanks. And he's gonna go out of the room.
Okay.
Sit for a moment. He's gonna look down the hall. No, I can't do it. He's gonna go and stand in front of Orelton's room for a moment. Yeah, I bet. He's gonna give that one a knock as well.
Here. Same knock, cutting through the muffled.
Door swings open.
How's it going,
Bauer.
Ugly?
Say the same for you. What's going on?
Hey, so I talked to Vala a little bit, and I had another dream.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. And, well, do you have a pen and parchment, or a parchment and pen, or whatever, by chance?
Yeah, it's somewhere around here. Come in, and I'll just go through my bag, pull out a little, probably a scrap, not a full, square parchment, but that work?
Yeah, that's fine. And I write down the two names. One of those I know is probably going to be pretty familiar to you.
Starving,
It's the other one. Do you happen to know anything about that?
Ippus.
You can make a religion check as well.
11 is a 15 total.
15. Nothing. There's something scratching there. It sounds almost familiar, but you just can't put your finger quite on it.
No, I know Haran, but Ithis is fresh.
Actually,
Why do you ask?
given your current religion, roll again. Make that check with advantage. So just second roll, see if you get it any higher.
Ooh. 16 and 4 is a dirty 20.
20 is what we're looking for, actually. It clicks. That's what what was scratching. Ithis is a Nightwalker connected to the Shadowfell, one of the harbingers of the god of hunger. He is effectively a lieutenant to the god, whereas some of the divine deities have angels and avatars. Haran has Nightwalkers.
Yes.
Giant, 20-foot tall, goat-faced men.
Yeah, big, tall, gangly, stands in the trees a lot. Yeah, this is number 2. Memory serves. Haran's next down.
Great.
Why though? I mean, you don't really strike me as wanting a lesson in religion all that often.
Not usually. No offense to you or Vala, but I feel like gods are more just people who found power. It's just my opinion. Could be wrong.
Well, in this case, he is lording it over you.
But my number's gone down again. Number 12.
We have any idea what that's doing? It's not counting down by days, clearly.
Well, just like I told Vala, I don't have a for sure answer, but doesn't seem good.
You have a kind of answer? I mean, we're approaching the bottom of the barrel at this point, man.
I might have.
Arel, go ahead and make an insight check.
It's not very high.
What is my insight? 14, 18 total.
Yeah, I'll roll at disadvantage because it's visibly bugging him.
Yeah, you were visibly.
Oh, natural
conflicted
1.
here.
Natural 1. Perfect.
Bauer, you gotta tell me, man.
Well, so this all right. This dream that I had wasn't a normal dream. It was
most years haven't been.
Well, right, but typically it's a goat-faced person standing over me, looming over me, cold.
The wolf, the whole nine, yeah.
Yeah. Well, this one was the man who cursed me. And he explained to me that the numbers are which order you get sacrificed in.
And you're approaching the front of the line.
Well, I have a way. I have a way to not be at the front of the line.
But if I understand anything about the devouring god, it's not by not feeding him.
Yeah.
So it's by feeding him. And
I
let me
can
guess, if it's not
do-
you, it's somebody else, right?
I can do to someone else what he did to me.
The good old-fashioned meat shield tactics. Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah.
They give you the lowdown, the specifics on how to put somebody in front of you in line?
Yep.
Just a point and click type thing.
I have an idea. I'd prefer not to try.
I'd prefer you didn't either. But on the flip side of that, I'd prefer you not get Ed.
Yeah. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can put it on myself to do that to someone. Besides that, I
Quite
fucking hate
unusual.
pyramid schemes.
Yeah. Well, at least pyramid schemes, you have to sign up for them. This one's
This one's kind of a forced.
involuntary pyramid scheme, yeah.
But
Well,
yeah.
I don't have any answers for you at the moment, but I might know somebody who does.
Well, sorry. I didn't mean to bother you with it. I just you know, a little worried.
Yeah, justifiably so. Well,
But,
maybe we can get to the bottom of it before good old number 1 rolls around.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we'll see. But I don't know. We'll just try to. I didn't tell Vala everything. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want people to worry about me when they have their own things to deal with.
Some secrets need to stay hidden for a while.
So, thanks. I appreciate it. And I am gonna finger point a lot for some reason, and I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay. You each go to sleep in your plush chambers 2 nights in a row, different rooms.
Yeah.
Think about the day's events, conversations you've had, and people you've met. All these possible directions to go. And I think with that, we'll call it a night.
Woo!
Take the
Woo!
our Christmas break to think of all this. Because
Wait.
we're playing next week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got next week. Still.
But the following week we're not.
Christmas or the weekend of Christmas and New Year's, we will be off.
Right.
So
Okay,
we'll,
so
we'll
we're
actually
playing-
have 2 more weeks.
So we'll stop the 12th and the 19th.
Yeah.
Yes. So the next 2 weeks. Okay. So we're not going on break quite yet. Giving everybody, including us, that D&D high fantasy fix here at Easy to Spell, where the name's Easy to Spell, but we did it wrong anyway, because we're smart like that. So cool. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, subscribe, share, do all those fun interactive things with our videos because it helps us out. And we will see you all next time on Easy to Spell.
Bye.